Hello, everybody. I will start my today's another coding practice. So today's question is this: rotate image. So in this question, you were given an n by n 2D matrix representing an image. Rotate the image by 90 degrees clockwise. You have to rotate the image in place, which means you have to modify the image 2D matrix directly. Do not allocate another 2D matrix and do the rotation. Okay, so in this question, I will be given the matrix like this, and it is guaranteed that. Wait a minute. So this is a square. Wait a minute. Yeah. So it is guaranteed by the constraint that this is a square, and also what I have to make sure is that this matrix is not empty. Yes. Okay. That being said, I will be given a matrix which is square. Then I will try to rotate the matrix by 90 degrees in place. Okay. So let me think of this question with some example. So if I'm given something like this, I will rotate this by 90 degrees. So this should be one should come here, two should come here, and four should come here, and three should come here. So I will mutate the matrix, and I do not return anything in this question. So that's my task. Okay. And also I will quickly think of the 3D case. So in this case, I will mutate this array, and what will be is the center 5, 5 will not be moved. Okay, so here I will think how I can rotate this square matrix with this example. So basically, I think what I can do is firstly, um, I mean, row swap left half and right half like the mirror. Yeah. So firstly, I will, um, sorry, I don't come up with an English word, so I would say this as swap like mirror, left and right. I mean, so vertically, I try to swap this and this, this and this, this and this. So it should be swap, yeah, vertically. No, when I say swap vertically, it should be this and this, but I want to swap horizontally. So if I do that, it will be something like this. Then what I should do is, so I want this one to come here, so it's okay. And I want this two to come this position, but currently it's here. And for say 4, this should come to here, first two position here, but this is now here. So what I can do is swap numbers, die. Oh, a game? Yeah. swap diagonally. So like this. So in this, 159, these um this is the kind of mirror, and as I swap 2 and 4, 3 and 7, 6 and 8 in that way. So that's how I can do it. And the time complex, they should be, obviously O n squared, assuming that the length of the matrix is n. Length of each side of matrix is n. And for space complexity, obviously this should be constant because that's a requirement for me. Okay, so let me work on the implementation. So I will define two sub methods, helper method. Yeah. So like swap, and this will mutate the matrix. And also I will define another helper function like this. Then I will call this method and another method. Yeah. Both of them mutate the array, so I just have to call in this order, and then that's it. So from now, my task is to implement two helper functions. For first one, swap horizontally. So I should, you know, so for each row, I can use the 2 pointers. Yeah. Okay, so let me change it. For each row, I will use, and this is it. So for each row, I will mutate this row, and I will use 2 pointers. So left should start from 0, and right begins from the, rightmost index. So it should be length row minus 1. And wait a minute. And in line 33, so while left is larger than right, I will swap and then move 2 pointers to the center word. Yeah, that's it. So next, swap diagonally. So for this method, so what I should do is, okay, so let me think of this in this way. So when I have this, so this should be row column is 0, 0, and this should be 0, 1. This should be 0, 2. So with that being said, for this row 0, I have to swap this and this. So basically, I will, you know, try to, wait a minute. Yeah. So I think I should swap until these two elements. For this, I should have swapped only one element. For this, I should swap no element because this and this are already swapped by this and so for each column, I should swap column 0 and 1. Yeah. And for this second row, I should swap column 0 only. And for the last column, I don't have to swap any column. So that being said, assuming that n is the ranks of the matrix side, I will swap, sorry, for each row, I should swap, the target cells to be swapped should be column 0 to n minus r minus 1. Let me write it down. Let me confirm. So if currently n is 3, and if row is 0, it should be 3 minus 0 minus 1 is 2. Now, 3 minus 1, which is this. So I should start one more younger cell, younger column. So it should be 2. Okay. So that's the range I have to take care. And for row 1, it should be 3 minus 1 minus 2 is 0. So yeah, this is correct. I have to, the element which should be swapped in this row is only column 0. So max C should be 0. That being said, I have to swap these numbers. This row RC, cells. And once that is decided, I will think how they should be swapped. So 0, 1 is swapped into 1, 2. So I can say, and 0, 0 should go to 2, 2. I think this, for example, this 2, this should be counted from row 0. And this is the index 2. And this 2 should be like this. After the, swapping, I will count it in this way. So this is the second index from last column. Yep. So this means that it should be so this is C minus R plus column, no, sorry, n minus 1 is the last index. And because if I'm looking for the 0, then I should return subtract only 0. If I'm looking for first, I should subtract 1. So it should be this. So this should be the column index after swapping. I mean, yeah, the target swapping. And for the row, let me see. This 2 is, I'm sorry, I'm talking about row. So this 0, 1, 2, yeah. In that way, the original column should be here, which is the second from the last column. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of it in the opposite direction. So if, oh, wait a minute. So sorry. So originally it was column 0, and this column 0 is used as the, sorry, let me see this one. This column 1 is used as the column 0, and this column 0 is used as the column, wait, so what I'm thinking is if I move this to this, it should be this to this. So if the column increases, the target row decreases. So it should be the same, I think. Originally, if it is 0, 0, it should go to 2, 2. And originally, if it was 0, 1, it should go to 1. Let me confirm. So if originally it was 0, 1, then it should be 1, 2. And 0, 2, actually this cannot happen. In that case, it should be 0, 2. Yeah, correct. Okay, so I'm pretty sure on this. So let me write it down. So like this. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm pretty sure of this implementation, but let me quickly test my code with very simple case 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, what happens is firstly I will call swap horizontally, then I come here, and for row 0, first row, I should start with left 0, right 1. Then firstly I swap left and right number. It should be 2, 1. Then left is incremented to 2, 1, right is decremented to 0. So it ends the while loop. Then I go back to line 36, and the row is the second row, 3, 4. So for this, I do the same, and it should be now 4, 3. Okay. Then after that, I go back to the main method, and then swap diagonally is called. And there, now n is 1, no, n is 2, and I will check r is 0 and 1. And for c, so when r is 0, because this is range 1, so only c is 0 is checked now. So matrix, I mean, I will swap r and c is 0, 0, so it should be like this. 2 minus 0 minus 1 is 1, and 2 minus 1 minus 0. 2 minus 1 minus 0. So I swap, yes, 0, 0, and 1, 1. So what, oh, here, this should be like this. This is 2D matrix. Okay, so now I swap this and this. And now I move to row is now 1. And when r is 1, n minus r minus 1 is 2 minus 1 is minus 1 is 0. So I don't do any iteration for the inner for loop. So that's the end of the iteration, and I get this. And when I check it, this is exactly the result of 90 degrees clockwise rotation from this. 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. Yes. Okay, so I'm pretty confident on my code, so I will submit it. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this shouldn't be made range. I will just iterate for each row. Okay, I will submit it. Good. So now it's accepted. Okay, so let me quickly wrap up. So in this question, my task was to rotate the image 90 degrees clockwise in place. And for that, I firstly swapped the elements, I mean cell numbers, horizontally, like there is a mirror, big mirror, which is horizontal, vertical. Okay, as if there is a vertical mirror in the center of the column. So firstly, I swap in that way, and then I should swap diagonally. Then after these two conversions, the I mean, given matrix is now rotated. Yep. So that being said, I finished my today's coding practice. Thank you so much. Bye.